All right.
Hey, Kevin, can you give me permission here? Nope.
Okay, whoever's up.
Okay, go ahead.
We good to go?
Can't hear him. Volumes, I think the volume's down. There we go. All right, let's try it now.
You got me, Coach?
Yeah, now we got you.
All right, cool. Let's start with something simple. How you feeling right now?
Feeling pretty good. Be honest with you, I'm tired, but I'm feeling pretty good. Excited. Obviously, we're happy with what has happened, and so far, knock on wood, we've tested negative. So all the way through this, and we're ready to catch our flight in the morning and get out of here. And really, really happy, and just kind of thrilled with the whole thing.
What's the initial reaction to seeing UCLA pop up on the opposition line?
None right now. I haven't. It's kind of funny. That's one of the few teams that I haven't seen play somewhere along the line. I watched Washington State play. I've watched USC play. I've even watched, Georgia, Lehigh, some of the other teams, in there. I just haven't seen them play. So, tonight we'll go grab some film and start looking at them a little bit closer and see what happens from there.
Obviously, guys, there was supposed to be a pep rally, but weather was not super forgiving. What did you guys end up doing for this, and just what was the atmosphere like when you guys heard your names?
It was great. We had a practice this afternoon. We practiced a little bit later just to let this weather kind of calm down and make it a little bit easier to get around. So we literally had just got done with practice about 45 minutes, an hour or so before the selection show, let them get showered and grab a snack. And then we watched it out on the arena floor on the big screen so we could get our, social distancing and everything in. And the kids are excited and they were pumped. And, we were so excited. We were so excited and seeing our name. We didn't even know what day or time we play. So we're going to have to go back and figure that one out. So that's kind of how excited they were, because we all started looking at each other and going, did we see what day we played or not? And, but yeah, so that was kind of what our day looked like. And you're right. I just feel so bad once again for our fans. They were going to have our administration and our staff here and everybody involved, with social media and marketing. Had put together a really nice show, a watch show. They had some things involved, and we were going to, do a few other things with it. And, just kind of like the year has been, at least it wasn't COVID, but Mother Nature threw us a little bit of a curve. But, I'm sure we'll do something when we get back. And, these guys have been pretty resilient about it all. Came in and had a good practice, and we'll just go forward with that.
Was there any concern with the weather about not being able to get out and start the travel?
Why you want to jinx somebody like that? I'm knocking on wood right now. No, we checked first thing this morning. Now, yesterday, I didn't know what we were going to do. I'm going to be honest with you. But I knew we had another day. I think if we had to, we could have, went out on Wednesday. I'm sure the NCAA would have made an exception there. But, we called first thing this morning. Actually, Maddie, our director of ops, she actually called a couple of times last night with both the travel agent, the airline, and then we checked with the airport this morning, and everybody's good to go. The airport's looking good. It was looking good later this afternoon. They had everything nice, and it was starting to melt off, and the airline said that they'll be ready to show up maybe a half hour late, but everything's a go.
Hey, Gerald, sorry I joined this a little late, so apologize if you've already talked about this, but just sort of your thoughts on that first round matchup with UCLA and your region. No
thoughts yet. I haven't. As I had said, UCLA is just one of the few teams I didn't even watch. You watch other teams play at various times. I haven't watched them play. Well, I'll go home when I'm done with this, grab some film, and we'll start looking at them. So, I know they're a very good team. I know they're very talented, playing a really, that the Pac-12 is, a good league, and I know they can score a variety of ways. That I do know. I'm going to have to, but to give you specifics, I have to look at them a little bit more on film.
So Gerald, do you have to quarantine for 48 hours once you get there before you can practice, or can you practice still then?
No, we won't practice until Thursday. The first possible opportunity we have is to practice on Thursday. My best understanding of it is we will get there tomorrow, test sometime tomorrow. Then we will be quarantined during that period, and then we will have another test. A minimum of 12 hours after the first one. And then if both of those come back negative, then we can start to do things like, team meetings, scouts, that kind of stuff. And then our first practice will be on Thursday.
Do you almost feel better prepared for this because of the long gap you had before the tournament?
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that. I just think that right now I haven't thought about, any of that. I just thought about, trying to get through yesterday's weather, which we were supposed to practice yesterday, but we couldn't because of the weather. We did have to test. That was a chore within itself just to get that test in yesterday because the staff had to step up and we had to drive to locations and get them swabbed and get them back so they could get tested. And so, our first practice since we played was today, but they responded, they came back, practiced hard. Like you said, we'll take a couple more days off and then go in Thursday. But, for us, we have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to practice now, which 3 days is plenty at this time. One day will be on us, 2 days will be game prep, and that's kind of the routine we've been in.
Gerald, to take a 6-game winning streak into this thing, and particularly the way you guys played on the defensive end of the floor in the Mountain West tournament, I mean, is this as well as you guys are playing, this season?
Oh yeah, I mean we're playing well on both ends, and that's been our thing early in the year. We played well defensively all year long. That has never been our problem. I mean, we've had some games where we've had some scoring difficulties, but we've defended every game. And, like I said, just kept telling them and, felt all along when we combine the two, we're going to be, somebody that's hard to beat. And I thought starting with the San Diego State series, I thought we've been playing really, really well and, just kind of getting a little bit better each time out. And so, yeah, I think we're playing right now is playing at our peak. And I think that's where you want to be is playing the best at this time of the year.
Coach, we talked a lot about, the players and kind of reveling in the accomplishment. After a couple of days, how are you feeling with it?
I'm just happy for them. I'm happy for this program. I'm happy for the state. I mean, our fans are just, they're so devoted and they care so deeply about this program and about the players that we have now and the players that have gone through here. For me, I'm even though I don't look at, I'm ecstatic. I mean, that's just who I am. I can't tell you how I feel, once again, just, being a Wyoming person and having a chance, just the opportunity to be a small part and represent this state and represent this program, and be able to do something that hasn't been able to be done. Yeah, I'm excited and proud, to be part of this. I mean, I've had a lot of good fortune here at the University of Wyoming in my time. I've been fortunate to be in the women's basketball program now, where four major events have happened, and that's the WNIT championship. That's the 2 NCAA bids now, getting an opportunity to go to the NCAAs twice, and then obviously winning the tournament championship. So, I look back on my time here, and yeah, it's it's just been amazing, and I'm so blessed to have this opportunity.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Jay Johnson. I know, give me a second to set this up and frame it, but it's just that I asked you about growing confidence throughout the year. And then in particular to her, when she hit the game winner against Fresno early in the year, she was almost shocked. And then she hits a 3 late against Boise, and she's hitting the double by. She's flexing. Like, what can you say about how much she's grown as a player this year?
Oh, I'm not going to even say this year. I mean, how much has she grown over her 2-year span here is the major point of that. You know, when from where she first came in and where she's at now, like you said, the confidence that she has built. And, you know, one of the things that we always talk about, or I always talk about, I don't know if anybody listens, but I talk about it, is in order to be successful, you have to find your role, accept your role, and be very, very good at your role. And that might not be the role that you want, but, you know, in a sport like basketball, you know, you might want to score 20 a game, or you might want to be a great 3-point shooter, but maybe what the role that's needed and the role that you can provide is to be that defensive stopper, or, you know, something along those lines. And you have to embrace it, embrace that role and get better at it, and bring that every day. And what I'm so impressed with Jay about this year is, you know, she had kind of gone from, you know, I just want to kind of be that 3-point shooter, to really understanding what we're doing defensively. She has stepped forward on such a big time level defensively, both individually and team wise. What she has done has just been incredible. And, you know, it's tough to play defense. I mean, you got to be physical. You're going to get beat up. You know, you got to put your body on the line some. And what she's been willing to do with that has just been absolutely amazing. And, you know, like you said, she's hit some key shots for us. Her offense has gotten a little more confident. But you know what? I'm so proud of the way that she's defended, and at the tournament rebounded. You know, she flat got after it. So, yeah, to watch her grow over the last couple of years as a coach, you know, that's exactly what you want to have happen as a coach.
One of the strongest things for you guys all year has been your scouts and your game plans. Like, what's the routine that you use to put together so many successful scouting missions?
Well, I don't know if we have a routine. We just, you know, you assign the scouts out. Everybody has a different scout. And, you know, what we try to do, we try to keep it really, really simple. And what our philosophy here is we're going to find, in the general scheme of things maybe 2 or 3 things that our players will be able to recognize, if that makes sense. There will be a lot of things the coaches will be able to recognize, and you can walk them through some of them. But we'll try to find a couple of the things that are that team's, you know, primary ways of attacking. We'll decide how we're going to try to take those away. We'll usually give ourselves 2, if not 3 options in each one. And then what we do is, at this point of the season, you hope that your defensive fundamentals and or your offensive fundamentals can handle a lot of the rest. You know, what are our rules on defense in certain situations? And hopefully you've practiced those enough by now that if something just happens, that, you know, they kind of take over for you. So, and then to be honest with you, we spend about a practice and a half, you know, not the entire practice and a half, but we'll spend sections of a practice and a half, you know, working on breakdown for what they do. And then we'll spend some time going live with what they do mixed in with what we do. So nothing secret. It's just, you know, what we don't do is we don't spend a lot of time, you know, some teams might run 15, 16 sets. We can't worry about 15 or 16 sets. We got to worry about 2 or 3 that we can recognize and are going to be their, if you want to say, their bread and butter or go-to. And then the rest we defend personnel and rules, if you want to say.
That's all I got for you, Coach.
All good, guys?
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thank you, Gerald.
Thanks, Gerald.
Safe travels, Coach.
Thank you.